Sonic, as some say it around the internet, the Hedgehog. This movie was okay, you know? So many times now we've gotten used to these, movies that come out about video game characters, and they really try hard to capture some of the magic from the video game, but somewhere in translation they lose it. They lose what makes that character fun or interesting or whatever have you. Now, Sonic, if you have played the Sega games from back in the day, is a hedgehog who goes through golden rings, and then he goes fast. That's the premise. There's all kinds of other random shit going on, and there's Dr. Robotnik and everything, but whatever. It's essentially a Mario runner. That's what it is. That's what it is, you know? And how do you make that an interesting story? Well, you could take some of the animated series that happened back in I want to say it was 2000s maybe, early 2000s, late 90s, I can't even remember. And you could do what they did there or something. There are more Sonic games later down the line that have some kind of crazy explanation for Tails and the spiky dude, Knuckles. See, I did it. I got it right. And whatnot. But whatever. Look, how do you make this translate to an audience that doesn't know anything about that stuff? And even among video game fans who have sometimes played Sega don't even know that shit, right? Well, what do they know about Sonic? They know he's fast. And they know he's fast-paced and that he talks really quickly. So you assume, hey, maybe he could make jokes. Maybe he could be a loner. Or he can make references to popular movies and stuff like that.
Oh my God, stop the car right now. What? The world's largest rubber band ball? We gotta see it.
No, this is not some fun family road trip.
You're right. It was lame. Gift shop was cool, though.
And that's what they did here. And it kind of worked. The fact that they got James Marsden to be opposite Ben Schwartzman in this movie is the movie's brilliance, honestly. This movie would not work if we didn't believe that James Marsden's character, this officer cop or donut lord, as he's called very many times in the movie, if the relationship between the two lead characters didn't work, you wouldn't have a fun time here. And they give each other a lot of jokes, they make a lot of witty things. For the kids, it's kind of a movie like a family vacation type movie where they go from point A to point B and some hijinks ensue along the way. And then this movie does something totally ridiculous. It has Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Oh my God, we've never seen Carrey so Carrey since maybe The Grinch.
Good morning, my rural chum.
Mr. Dr. Robotnik. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to tell me where it is.
Wait, don't hurt him.
It is just bonkers. He is total 1000% Jim Carrey in all of his glory here.
I just thought you might like a latte with steamed Austrian goat milk.
Of course I want a latte.
I love the way you make them.
And I think regardless of where some of the jokes that he necessarily does are, his presence and his Jim Carrey-ness just makes it so ridiculous and over the top that you can't help but just grin, laugh, and say, okay, because you're just along for the ride at that point. Yes, he does have a mustache. Yes, he does do a lot of crazy things like Robotnik does. But it is very much a Jim Carrey impersonation of Jim Carrey's various many roles over the years. You could take a little bit out of each one of them and put them into Dr. Robotnik, and that's what you've got in Sonic the Hedgehog. And ultimately, these three things work. And it helps that James Marsden has a lovely person who played his wife here, and she did a great job as well. Congratulations to her too. She was very nice, and their relationship worked as well. The story and the plot don't matter. Take that out, it's whatever. There's golden rings, there's other universes, there's gonna be a second movie because I know it made money this weekend. Regardless, it's just a fun, silly ride for you and your kids. If you are going to the theaters and you're like, I want a children's movie that I can stand, Sonic the Hedgehog is for you. It is a kid's movie, first and foremost. It is having fun, it is ridiculous, there's no jokes that are too risky. Although if you're a dad or a mom, there are a few references here and there that you're going to get that your kids didn't. But bottom line is, the kids are going to laugh and they're going to say, "Go fast! Gotta go fast!" and run across the halls like they did as they were exiting the movie theater that I saw this in. So it's a solid, I'm going to give it a 6 with a high praise. I want to give it a 7, but I know this movie isn't for me, so I gotta grade it down, I feel like, a little bit, but I also want to bump it up. It's like a 6. It's a decent 6, you know? I can't say that this is not worth your time if you're a father or a mom looking to take your kids to a movie for a good time. That's what this is. So, Sonic the Hedgehog, like it or leave it, gotta go fast to the theaters, I guess, because this movie is making bank. So tell me what you thought if you saw that movie over the weekend or in the upcoming weeks to come. Leave a comment over here on the YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter at Worthy Watchers, all those places. And hey, come check out our podcast too. We're doing stuff every week. Premieres on Monday. So thanks again for watching. We will see you on the next Worthy Watchers video.